j'imagine. Alors... je cherche une autre option pour pas la tuer. Parce que si j'avance directement vers le chalet, on est sur le truc où elle se bouffe le bras. Mais les autres, il y a beaucoup de trop bien, faut la tuer. Ça, c'est des questions que j'ai déjà posées. Demande pour la récompense. Allez, si je le fais, vais-je recevoir une quelconque récompense. La fin du monde, pouvez-vous être plus précis?
No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Si vous ne m'expliquez pas pourquoi elle est dangereuse, je ne la tuerai pas. Est-ce que vous avez des preuves concrètes de ce que vous avancez? Ah! Avez-vous des preuves concrètes?
Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Si vous ne m'expliquez pas pourquoi elle est dangereuse.
She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out, which she will unless you do something about it.
Mais du coup, théoriquement, faut juste pas qu'elle sorte, hein. Bien, que se passe-t-il si elle parvient à sortir? Je peux en savoir plus.
The harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing down.
Laissez tomber, je refuse de faire ça.
No, you have to do it.
Du coup, cette fois, je pense que je vais peut-être prendre la dague pour la libérer avec.
You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood.
Je peux peut-être le libérer avec.
Her voice carried.
Who's there?
Oh!
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Bonjour.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since
Je t'ai pas ignoré, je t'ai dit bonjour.
Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the farm.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Quoi? N'importe quoi, comment pouvez-vous vous imaginer une chose pareille? Bon bah ça, la dague, hein, c'est évident. Je suis démasquée, je suis effectivement là pour vous tuer. Non, pas du tout, je n'ai pas encore pris ma décision, je suis venue pour discuter, c'est tout. Prendre votre courage à deux mains et avancer. Je n'ai pas encore pris ma décision.
How about you drop the knife? and the two of us just talk.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
Si j'y songe.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Lâchez votre arme, renforcez votre prise sur la lame. Lâchez votre arme.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
De rien.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Elle nous déteste déjà, c'est bien. En effet, c'est très étrange. Une relation, je rêve où vous me draguez. Comment je pourrais vous sortir d'ici? Je suis ici parce qu'apparemment vous avez l'intention de détruire le monde. Certains vous soupçonnent de vouloir anéantir le monde. Qu'avez-vous à répondre à ça? Comment vous appelez-vous? Depuis combien de temps êtes-vous enfermé ici? Savez-vous pourquoi je viens vous auxir? Bon, nous avons assez discuté. Comment je pourrais vous sortir d'ici?
Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't...
Est-ce qu'il y a un seul moment où on va avoir le choix de chercher la clé avant de descendre?
We can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Comment vous appelez-vous?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
C'est cohérent.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Certains vous soupçonnent de vouloir anéantir le monde. Qu'avez-vous à répondre à cela?
Just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Il est totalement taré.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
J'ai beau essayer de savoir, personne ne veut me l'expliquer. Changer de sujet. Qu'allez-vous faire si je voulais sortir? J'en sais assez. J'espérais que vous me le diriez. Non, mais j'imagine qu'on ne m'a pas donné ces informations pour une raison. Non, et pour être honnête, j'aurais plutôt tendance à vous croire vous. Oui.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best
Oh,
interests
petit
at
cœur.
heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. And they'll be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
C'est logique. Donc sur la princesse, finalement j'ai changé d'avis, je vous fais pas confiance. Examinez les chaînes.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to their large and heavy.
Ça change pas.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Oui, mais je vais pas pouvoir aller la chercher. La porte va se refermer comme toujours. Ah, et s'il n'y a pas de clé, avez-vous une autre idée autre que vous tranchez le bras pour vous libérer?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Oh, un bras, mais qu'est-ce que c'est après tout qu'un bras? Hein? Contre la liberté.
If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of someone else here.
Ils me laisseront pas sortir. Je peux toujours essayer d'ouvrir la porte,
It's
comme ça
locked.
c'est
You're
fait.
here to slay the...
Voilà. Redescendre les escaliers.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Est-ce que elle va crier sauver la princesse? Allez, hop.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive,
Le petit cœur
unyielding
avec ses
chain.
grands yeux de
You
Bambi.
cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it.
Bon alors cette image-là,
Before
c'est la
long, ribs
même
crack
qu'avant.
through bone, and she
Donc j'ai
pulls
peur
the
qu'on soit à
bleeding
nouveau obligé de la
stump of her
tuer.
arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Je pense pas.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you,
Son regard
her fierce
féroce.
gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed
Toujours pas de
after
garrot?
losing an arm?
Non?
It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Bon.
Thank you. Now let's get out of
Parce que
here.
ça, c'est une blessure qui techniquement est mortelle.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't
C'est la
just
même
let her
chose.
escape into the world. As the princess of... Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just watch me. Stop
L'avertir.
that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Ah yes, c'est différent. Mais elle a entendu qu'on l'avait
Body lunges forward to
averti.
sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
Prends-moi la lame.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Résister.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Oh oui, on se reverra dans une autre vie.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your
madame.
butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
La prisonnière. Ok.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that, you're here to slay her.
Avancer vers le chalet.
A warning. She will lie. Yes, yeah. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't.
Incrédule.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters.
Alors, je sauvegarde juste.
The only furniture
Parce que là, on va
removed is
devoir
an
prendre
iron
le
table,
couteau ou pas le
bolted
prendre.
to
Donc,
the
je vais essayer de le
floor,
prendre pour
a
l'aider.
pristine blade perched on its edge.
Mais mon but, c'est vraiment qu'elle meure pas. Donc, si
The
c'est un mauvais
blade
choix,
is
je
your
change. Je m'en
implement.
fiche.
You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It would be a good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
On va aller vers le
Walk up
miroir
to the wall
avec
next
la
to the
lame.
basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
You reach
Non,
forward
ok, ça
and rub
change
your
rien.
hand.
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Descendre.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
C'est en rouge.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
You walk down
Oh,
the
whoa.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far
Oh,
wall,
merde.
joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Ah ouais, non, ils ont craqué.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose.
Oh mais non, mais c'est pour
there would
m'attacher
be
moi,
something
ça faut
so
pas s'inquiéter.
obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you
Mais
bury
je veux
that
pas
thing
te
in my
planter.
heart.
Ouais, en vrai. Hop. Chargé.
The
Oui,
interior of the
voilà.
I'm
Descendre
afraid
au
I'm going to
sous-sol.
insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner.
Yes, I'm sure.
Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay. I'm trusting you.
Et j'ai pas mon mot à dire, c'est quoi la grande idée?
Normally, yeah, but not
Ou
about
prendre la
this.
lame.
Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Wonderful. You
Ok,
do
bah j'ai pas le
exactly
choix.
that, sweeping the blade from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement, her voice, harsh.
Is that a visitor I hear?
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she
Peut-être, ouais.
moves. Should we be worried about... Why would you...
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall?
What an interesting development. Why don't you...
Ok. Je ne crois pas avoir besoin de faire grand-chose, elle est totalement emprisonnée, non? Je vais simplement la laisser ici, abandonner la princesse. S'asseoir avec elle, l'ossir. S'asseoir.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Elle a une couronne.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
S'asseoir à l'endroit qu'elle vous a indiqué, s'asseoir plus près d'elle. S'asseoir à l'endroit qu'elle vous a
You do as
indiqué.
she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Mes intentions, que voulez-vous dire? Je suis déjà venue ici, est-ce que je suis le seul à m'en souvenir? Que s'est-il passé après maman la dernière fois? Cette autre chaîne, à qui est-elle destinée? Que voulez-vous que je fasse? Je crois tout simplement que je vais vous laisser ici, vous ne menacez pas grand monde si vous êtes enfermé comme ça. Adieu, abandonnez la princesse, Lossir. Je suis déjà venue ici, est-ce que je suis le seul à m'en souvenir?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
Oui, c'est pathétique.
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moi? Gâcher tes efforts, narrateur? Mais voyons, tu me connais mieux que ça.
Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much.
Jamais de jamais, narrateur, voyons. Je suis une âme pure, immanipulable.
You need to accept that.
Oui,
I
oui.
won't.
Just
Moi,
give it
je
a
suis
rest. This
gentil.
isn't helping.
Mais le narrateur est
This is a
méchant.
serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Vous vouliez connaître mes intentions tout à l'heure, que vouliez-vous dire par là? Que s'est-il passé après ma mort? Cette autre chaîne à qui est-elle destinée? Que voulez-vous que je fasse? Que voulez-vous que je fasse?
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous.
But she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I
Je
think
sais pas, moi
she
comme
knows
ça, je
what
dirais
she's
qu'elle veut
doing.
mettre fin à ses jours, donc...
Oh, please. She's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give
Écoute,
away
tu es
her
narrateur,
only
elle c'est une
weapon.
princesse. Au niveau
Though she
hiérarchique,
isn't
c'est à elle que je dois obéir.
Whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should
Ah,
we
ou à
do?
mes jours, oui.
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to
Explique-moi
escape
comment
and
elle
end
pourrait
the
s'en servir
entire
pour
world.
s'échapper. Son cou est aussi attaché si jamais. Ouais, je compte le donner, t'inquiète. Moi, j'obéis à Sa Majesté.
Great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Je ne vais pas vous donner mon arme. Vous savez que j'ai autant de raisons de me méfier de vous que vous en avez de vous méfier de moi, de douter de moi, non? Je ne vais pas vous confier mon arme, vous l'avez peut-être oublié, mais vous en êtes servi pour me tuer. Elle a essayé de faire vite. Je peux couper ce qui vous retient ici, mais je ne vais pas vous donner l'arme. Bien, je vous fais confiance, lui donner le couteau. Si vous voulez sortir d'ici, c'est moi qui garde l'arme, vous devriez faire avec. Je crois tout simplement vous laisser ici. Bien, je vous fais confiance.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess.
Oh, moi, j'obéis encore plus à la princesse de l'Apocalypse qu'à une princesse tout court.
Doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right? Tried to take over her body.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
No.
Détourner le regard en fait, pas regarder dans un silence pesant.
That doesn't stop you from hearing every grisly detail. The splitting of skin, the wet mulching of severed veins, the grinding of metal against bone.
Il y avait des manières plus rapides et plus efficaces pour tuer, madame.
Why would she do that?
So that's her play.
Killing herself?
We don't know that she's dead yet. We're not even watching it happen. She could just be faking those sounds.
And then, finally, you hear a snap and an uneasy silence.
Oh, t'es quand même en train de se couper la gorge.
And fleshy tear. Hard to fake that. This is worse than watching.
And yet our eyes are still closed.
Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly head-sized bouncing against the floor, and the clattering of chains.
Puis vous sentez quelque chose d'étrange frôler votre jambe.
I think you can open your eyes now. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you.
Oui, non, peut-être quoi?
Congratulations, you saved the world.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. She is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Eh?
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
Ouais, pourquoi se presser à ce
I don't have
point?
an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of reason. She's left us with this dangling thread. I need to know why.
Oui, pourquoi? Et pourquoi la
Just
tête?
wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
Quittez le sous-sol, emmenez la princesse avec vous. Mais bien sûr.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't.
Oui, ces yeux sont plus dans la même position.
Dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Sortir du chalet.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain
Avec la tête de madame. Seul moyen pour elle d'être libre.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Avec plaisir.
This
Madame
is the
la
end of the
tête.
world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you.
Avec plaisir.
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's
Ça me
colder.
fait toujours de la
than I
peine quand elles disent à quel point elles ont froid d'un coup. Mais c'est une victoire, elle est vivante.
She's gone. And is that a... This doesn't fit.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Contemplez votre reflet. Ah, je ne fonds pas là. The remains, ce qui reste. Vous avez dépéri. Ah oui, purée, effectivement. Je suis des ossements de l'autre côté. Avancez vers le chalet. Vous êtes au chalet. L'approchez.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Est-ce une question rhétorique? Est-ce que vous le savez? Essayez-vous de me faire passer un message. Il y a des arbres et des étoiles et des humains ici, j'imagine, en tout cas, il devrait y en avoir. Pensez-vous qu'il y a quoi que ce soit de réel à l'extérieur? Pensez-vous que nous sommes réels? Il y a des arbres et des étoiles.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Pensez-vous qu'il y ait quoi que ce soit de réel?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own.
Ça me fait penser à mes
And because
réflexions
of
sur le
that,
temps, ça.
Nothing can't exist.
Que pensez-vous de ce
This
réceptacle?
one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself
Une âme
when
futée,
others
c'est bien
could
ça
not.
aussi.
She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Ah, le temps, un vaste sujet. Lorsque je repars, je ne suis plus seule, des voix me parlent en permanence. Certaines font partie de moi, mais l'une d'entre elles est différente. Il s'appelle le narrateur, il veut que je vous exécute. Avez-vous un narrateur, vous aussi? Est-ce que les réceptacles en avaient un?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Oui, je sais pas comment, mais j'en suis certain. Oui, je ne sais pas ce que je ferai quand je mettrai la main dessus. Oui, quand je mettrai la main dessus, vous obtiendrez enfin des réponses à nos questions. Oui, et je le tuerai. Oui, mais vous comptez bien garder cette information pour vous. Oui, mais je ne sais pas ce que je ferai quand j'arriverai à lui mettre la
There's
main
no
dessus.
need for you to know what you are going to do before you do it. If you find him, remember that I'll be waiting for you on the other side.
Je suis prêt.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally
Ah!
know what we are.
Plus qu'une fois.
I will be here, waiting for you.